Hello, Oral Skills. It's Miss Cary, and I'm here to talk to you about scales and the circle of fifths. All right. So first, let's think about where did the scales come from? The scales, meaning the major and minor scales that we use in modern music, have their origins in ancient Greece. So I'm going to make this a little bigger. In ancient Greece, they used 7 different modes. So how they arrived at this pattern is they took the notes from the harmonic series. So it's based on mathematical ratios. And then they arranged them all within the octave, close together. And they came up with the pattern of whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. And that is the pattern that we use for a major scale. For the Greeks, this was just the Ionian mode. It was the first mode. And they would use modes starting on each of the notes, following the same pattern. But when you start on a different note, it throws off where those half steps fall. So it gives each one a different sound. All right, so let's listen to a couple of these. So here is the Ionian mode. Should sound familiar. Next is the Dorian mode, starting one note higher. And I'll play one more, the Phrygian mode on an E. So interestingly, I think the Greeks favored the Dorian mode. That's what they wrote most of their melodies around, starting on the D. So if we go to the 6th one, it's the Aeolian mode, and that is what we hear as the natural minor scale. So it's just like the C scale, just started, meaning the same pattern that you follow. You start on the 6th note, continue up. Okay, so let's look at the major scale. This is what I envision in my head. Big step, little step, big step, big step, little step. So in C, this will be between E and F. Oh, missed it. Shouldn't have touched it. That'll be between E and F. How about this one? Between B and C. Now you can start on any note, any of the 12 notes, and do this pattern, and it'll sound out a major scale. Now when you write it out, you'll have to indicate the half steps and whole steps, and that's why we use different key signatures, because that's why we have to put in the sharps and flats. C doesn't use any sharps and flats, so that's always the example. All right, now you won't go. Come on. Here we go. This is the scale degree warm-up number 1. I want you all to sing this till it's familiar to you. Pick a starting place that's comfortable in your singing voice. So you can, once you hear me do it, I think you'll get the gist of it. But if you can, for now, sing along with me. I'm gonna start down here. So sing along with me if you can. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 8. All right, if you practice this and have it in your mind's ear, it'll help you sing out the intervals and also be familiar with the half steps and whole steps within the scale. So there's one more scale degree warm-up number 2. This one starts at the top and goes down, and this one is helpful when you're trying to find the 6th degree, because going down, you only have to go down 3 notes to find it. And why do you need the 6th degree? Because that's the relative minor from your major scale. So, can you remember where the 8 was from what we just sang? 8. So let's try this one. Ready, go. 8, 7, 6, 8, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5, 8, 5, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 8, 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 8, 3, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 8, 2, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 1. All right, very good. Let's look at the circle of fifths. Now, the circle of fifths is just what it sounds like. It has 12 places around the circle, just like a clock, because we have 12 notes in the octave. Starting at C, moving around, each division is 5 notes away. So C to G is a fifth. G to D is a fifth. Now, in the inner circle shows the 6th degree in the relative minor. So just know that that's what this is. So the 6th degree of C is A. But we're just going to look at the circle of fifths. So I'm going to start at a C down here. Go up 5 notes. And that's a G. So G is 5 of C. Now we think of the G as number 1. Go up 5 notes from G. D. Now D's number 1. Whoops. A. E. B. So now I'm on an F sharp. If I continue going up, use the sharps. But at some point they usually shift over to the flats so that you can get back to F, because F has a B flat in it. All right, so now if we go the opposite way around, it's still fifths. I'll start at a high C. That's F. Now we're at B. B is 5 of E flat. E flat is 5 of A flat, etc., etc. Now I'm just going to mention one more thing. If we start at C, and I played the G, you know, we know that the G sound is the fifth. What if I played it lower than the C? Go the G lower. That is a fourth. So fourths and fifths are related, and a fourth is an inverted fifth. So there's a lot of ways that this chart can be helpful if you're trying to keep track of scale degrees or chord progressions. One thing I think of, in country music, we do a lot of 1, 4, 5 chord progressions. So on the circle, 1, if this is 1, F is my 4, G is my 5. That's handy. So anywhere, so if we're in the key of A, E is my 5 and D is my 4. So we'll learn more about the circle of fifths as we go through the course, but I just wanted to show you what it was and what it sounds like. All right. So practice listening to the pattern of the circle of fifths. Think about which notes are which and why. And then practice going the other way. Sing those exercises a few times. And you'll be all set. All right. Thanks, everybody.